Soups. Soups are the ultimate convenience food. There's so you can make a soup out of anything, really. Now with this, I had some leeks, potatoes, and things like that in my fridge. So I said I'll make a leek and potato soup. But then I want protein. I want it to be more than just a soup. I want it to be more of a meal. So how am I going to get my protein in? Well, I'm going to throw a can of white butter beans in, and that's it. I'm going to get some good quality proteins from the beans, and I've got a lovely complex soup. But how do I make it a little bit more complex? Again, what I'm going to do is, instead of just making a straight up leek and potato soup, which is a delicious soup, my beans are going to give me a bit of protein. But how about I bring down my salt levels by using something with lots of umami in it? So a miso, and using a light miso, you'll get this in, well, supermarkets have them very commonly now, a nice simple miso paste, or any Oriental Asian supermarkets will have them very easily. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic in here, a bit of thyme, a bit of rosemary, and that's going to give a lovely, complete, and quite a simple meal. So plenty of potatoes. They're going to give me my starches. And when I cut my potatoes as well, I left the skins on them because a lot of nutrients in a potato are just under the skin and within the skin. So I want to keep that. Now, why would I make my own soups when I could buy one? Well, the soups that you're going to commonly buy in supermarkets are falling into the category of ultra processed foods. Not just processed, ultra processed. That's particular the canned soups. So you're looking at very, very high levels of salt, very often very low quality ingredients, which have been cooked to an inch of their life, and their nutritional value has been very, very denatured. As well as that, if a soup is carrying a couple of weeks of a shelf life, you have to question, that's not a fresh soup. Whereas and as well as that, they actually turn out to be quite expensive, because making a soup is not expensive at all. Leeks, potatoes, onions, they're cheap. Celery, and some beans. You can buy all of these ingredients for very, very little and give yourself a really nutritionally balanced and good, fulfilling meal. So anyway, with this, I'm going to just get on and cook it, show you how simple it is, and take it from there. To make this soup, first, small little drop of oil into a pan, and then immediately add your celery, your leeks, onion, thyme, garlic, rosemary, and bay leaf. I'm just going to add a couple of tablespoons of water into that, just to get some steam, and then cover it up and allow it to cook for 3 to 4 minutes. Having cooked for about 3-4 minutes, I'm now going to add my potatoes to the pan. And just let them cook for about another 2 or 3 minutes. And again, if your pan is a little bit on the dry side, don't add oil, add a little drop of water. And then allow them to sweat down as well. At this point, I'm going to add my miso. Generous tablespoon. Give that a little stir around. I'm also going to add about 700 ml of water, just to kind of cover the vegetables, if you like. And then I'm just going to bring that up to a gentle simmer, just to cook through the potatoes. At this point also, I'm going to add in my beans. And having simmered that for about 10-15 minutes, your potatoes are now starting to tenderize, and as you can see, you have this delicious rich soup. The potatoes will kind of start to thicken it up as well. Although it's a broth soup, it will get a little bit of thickening from the starches of the potatoes. And into that now, I'm just going to adjust the seasoning, add a little bit of black pepper at the end, a little piece of salt. I'm going to use a potassium salt as opposed to a sodium salt. I just find that it's better for the old blood pressure. And that is ready to serve now. So to serve, just simply bowl it up. So I'm just going to pull that aside. Take myself a nice appropriate little bowl. Ladle on a nice portion of the soup. Mix it well to make sure that you get plenty of the dense leeks, the potatoes and so on. So it's as much a vegetable stew and plenty of beans in it. I'm going to just take some of my chives. You could use scallions if you have them, whatever you have. And then I'm just going to finish with just a light drizzle of some olive oil. And that's all that you need with it. This lovely, simple bean, miso, leek and potato soup.